Quiet down! Who let their stomach rumble louder than the thunder gods? Oh, my brothers, my muscle-bound hunters with empty wallets. Sit down, move your bums away from the cave entrance. The wind tonight is toxic. It doesn't smell of roasted meat. It smells of pickpocketing. Look at that bowl of soup in your hands. Stare at it. Are you scratching your heads asking, strange, I threw a whole buffalo leg in the pot this morning, so why is it just hot water and a few sad vegetables now? Where did the meat go? Did it evaporate? Did a hungry ghost steal a bite? No, my naive boys. You aren't lazy. You work like mammoths in heat. But your soup is getting thinner because you are players in a grand magic trick called the Great Chieftain's Bamboozle. I am talking about that great chieftain sitting high atop the western snowy peaks, the Fed. Hear that? Boom! 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 That isn't dance music for your little parties. That is the debt collector's drum. Let me draw this stupid diagram in the dirt so your simple brains can understand. Up on that freezing mountain, the great chieftain controls the water valve. In this financial jungle, water is money. USD. Years ago, the old man was in a good mood. He opened the valve wide. Water rushed into our valley like a waterfall. Money was cheap as dirt. You could catch fish with your bare hands. You got drunk on happiness, borrowing leaves to buy shiny rocks, buying caves on treetops, thinking you were kings of the jungle. But life is not a dream, and romance is not a poem. Recently, the chieftain looked down and saw too many strange beasts in the forest. Those fat, gluttonous monsters you call inflation. They were born because there was too much water and too few bananas. The chieftain hates these beasts, so he pulled out his drumsticks to play a song of destruction, raising interest rates. Every boom is him screaming, "Water, come home to Papa," and physics turned upside down. Instead of flowing downhill, the water climbed back up the mountain, because up there, the chieftain promised a prize. Bring water here, and I'll give you candy. The result, the lake in front of our cave is dry as a bone. The fish, your capital, that you were raising, they heard the drum. Their eyes lit up, and they waved their tails. Bye-bye, suckers, and swam straight up the mountain, leaving us sitting here with torn nets and confused faces. But wait, it gets more bitter. I call this the invisible pocket-picking punch. Think back, last moon, you dragged a giant bunch of bananas to the big-nosed merchant to trade for an iron axe. The rate, 1 banana bunch for 1 axe. Fair trade, everyone happy. But today, you happily drag your bananas over. The merchant looks at you like you're an alien. He smirks and holds up 2 fingers. 2 bunches, darling, and throw in a belly dance, or no deal. You scream, "Why, my bananas are still sweet. They're still big." He sneers, "Your bananas are fine. But my axe, it's become aristocratic now. This axe is made of the great chieftain's iron. Water up there is expensive now, very rare. Your bananas, they are valued in the leaves of this poor village. Leaves are falling everywhere. Who wants them? So, you want the axe? Cough up more bananas. See, you worked twice as hard just to buy the same axe as last year. You aren't getting poorer because you are weak. You are getting poorer because the ruler measuring your value has been bent. Now silence. Put that chicken leg away and focus. I will teach you the first-grade cave math of this scam. You have a jar of fish, savings. You are afraid your wife, afraid wild beasts will eat them. So you give them to the fat village elder, the bank. He pats your shoulder. Relax, little brother. At the end of the year, I'll give you 5 extra baby fish, 5% interest. You beam with joy, thinking you're getting rich. But oh, you clay-brained fool. While you sit there shaking your leg waiting for the 5 baby fish, across the mountain, the chieftain beats the drum like a maniac. Prices skyrocket. Loincloths, spears, soup, everything goes up by 10%. Inflation. Now, count on your fingers with me. You gain 5 fish, but your purchasing power is sliced. The result, 5 minus 10 equals -5. You aren't making a profit. You are being gutted slowly. You open the jar, the fish are there, but they have shrunk to the size of tadpoles. Are you running a charity for the fat elder? Your wealth evaporates right under your nose, and you still grin. So what now? Sit and cry, go to the river and eat weeds. Don't do that. It looks pathetic. Look out there. See those young hunters? Panic Peter and Scaredy Sam? They see the water receding. They see the fish leaving, and they wet their loincloths. They are selling everything in their caves, spears, furs, even the family heirloom cave, selling it dirt cheap just for a sip of water. This is when the opportunity appears. When the river runs dry, what does the bottom reveal? Mud. No, beneath that mud are mammoth fossils. These are the real assets. Fertile land that you usually couldn't dream of touching. Shares of companies that make rice. Energy. Things that no matter how hard the chieftain beats his drum, humans still need to survive. Now they're lying there, exposed, cheap as dirt. The wise man, that's you, I hope, must now become a crocodile. Lie still. Breathe shallowly. Do not panic and run after the water. Wait for the crowd to finish panic selling. Wait for the mammoth carcasses to rot. When you see a nugget of solid gold lying in the mud priced like a lump of clay, lunge and grab it. Hug it tight. Ignore the drums. Eventually, the chieftain's arms will get tired. He will stop beating. He will have to release the water back. And when the water rises, that lump of clay you picked up today will turn into a golden throne tomorrow. Do you understand, you salty old sea dogs? The drum is still beating. Boom! Boom! Stop dancing. Sharpen your knives. The scavenger hunt begins.